Okay, students, I am going to make the program on how we can generate a random numbers use in Java. Let's create one class and we will take the class name like generate random number, rand number. Okay, let's take this class name. Within this, as all of you know, we first write public static void main string any variable, and then afterwards now whenever we want to generate a random number means any random number will display on my screen. Let's for that in Java there is the random class. There is the random class in Java, and this random class is available in the package that is import java dot util, that is available in java dot util. Dot static represent means we can able so that we can able to access all the classes which are present in this package. This represent that I want to access all the classes which are available in this package. In previous lecture, we had read about the scanner class that is also included in this util package. In today's class, we are discussing about random. Random is a class which is available in the java.util package. Now, this is a class and I'm going to make the object of this class like ran number. And as you know, we allocate the memory dynamically. Again, name of the class, random, and then the close. Now, second step, let's print display system.out.println random number. Now, if I want to take the random number, I want to print 5 random numbers, any 5 random within the range of 200. Suppose I want to print any 5 random numbers which range between the 1 to 200 or 1 to 100. Then for that, I have to use the for loop. Take any variable name, int I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. System dot out dot println now within this first write the object that is the rnum dot function name. The function name, I want to print the random number that are in integer form, then I will write here. If I want to print a integer random number, I will write here. Specify the range. Specify the range within this. Now let's close the bracket. 1 second. Okay. Now let's save the code. Save as, CSC2. Our program name is generate rand number dot java. All files generate rand number dot java. Save the file. Move to the CMD. Now let's take a path. I'm saving the code again. CSC2, Java CSC2. Copy. Controls. Here I'm just specifying the path. Java C, the name is generate random number random number dot java. There is error. Static spelling, P missing. Let's save the code again. No error. Now let's run the code. As all of you know, we write a Java for running the code and the name of the class. And the class name is generate random number. Now let's run the code. Now you can see the random number means it will display the any random numbers that lie between the 1 to 200. If I change the range here, if I change right here 10, then with the help of the random class, it will display the random number which lie between 1 to 10. No error. You can see here. We can change the value. Suppose I want more numbers, random numbers, then we can write like this also. Let's save the program. First save the code and then run the code. Now you can see the output is. In this way, we can able to use the random function or the random class. This is the random class basically, which is present in the java.util package. And first step, while using the random class or random method within our program, first step is to import the package, that is import the class basically java.util.static. Static means in this program you can able to use the scanner class also, you can able to use the random class also. This is the now first step is this. Second step is rand any object name, allocate that memory, and this is a constructor. Okay, then afterwards this is one to display the output, that is random number like this word is represented by this. Next afterward looping, because I want to perform the same function multiple times, so we will take it in a loop. Whenever we want to perform a single operation, suppose I want a random number multiple times, means I want a random number 10 times. Okay, then we will take it in the loop. I started from the 1 and up to the 10, and it will generate random rm with the help of object dot int, and this is the range. Range represent the number which, like if I write a 200 means it will range between the 1 to 200. I can change the range. It depends upon the programmer requirement. Okay, students. Now, naming conventions. Naming conventions are plays a very important role while making any program, whether it is in a C++, whether it is in a Java, or whether it is in a Python also. Naming convention always play an important role. And these naming conventions are optional, but always try to use these naming convention in your program. Okay. And what are naming conventions now? Or we can say, what is naming convention? Naming convention is the rule to follow as you decide what to name your identifier. Means, like if I write anything like this, if I write like this, as a programmer, you can able to easily identify that what is this, whether it is a class, whether it is an identifier, or it is a variable, or another thing like a constant. Naming conventions are basically the rules with which programmer can easily understand what are you writing. But these are optional. You can implement or you can leave it. But always prefer to use naming convention while writing any type of the program. Any type of program, while creating any type of program, prefer to use the naming conventions. And naming conventions can be done. Let's start with the naming conventions. And the naming conventions can be done first on the class. Class means whenever you write the name of the class. Remember this thing, students. Whenever you write the name of the class, always, or it should start with capital letter. It should start with the capital letter. It should start with the uppercase. Like I am making the class random number. And I always prefer to write the first letter in the capital letter. That represent that this is my class. That represent that this is my class. Like here you can see G is the capital. In this program, you can see G is the capital. And this will automatically represent that this is the class. Okay. Now next. First thing in the case of classes, while writing the name of the class, always use the naming convention that the class name first letter should be capital. Class name, this is the name of the class, any class name whose first letter is the capital letter. That is the first naming convention in the case of classes. Now there is another concept which we will discuss later on, that is the interface. That is interface. Interface is also the part of the Java. And in this also, similarly as that of the class, always take first letter capital. First letter, or we can say alphabet, first alphabet of any word, take it capital. In the case, while working on the interface, that we will discuss later on, that what is interface. While making any interface name, always write the first alphabet capital. First letter should be capital, not a small letter. Whenever you write the first letter capital, that means you are using the class or you are using the interface concept. Suppose you had made a program and you have written something here capital A, B, C. Like first letter is capital ABC. Now that you can easily understand that this is the first letter, means the programmer had created this class. As you can see in the packages also, in last package I have written Java in the small letters. Then afterwards util is also small letters, and then afterwards dot and scanner. Within the scanner class, you can see C is the capital. This C with this, this S is a capital letter. That means you are using this is a scanner. This is a class. This is not a class because first letter is not a capital. Okay, this is not a class because first letter is not capital. So as a programmer can easily understand, if the first alphabet of any letter is capital, that represent whether it is a class or whether it is either it is a class or it is an interface. Okay, this is about the class and the interface. Now let's move to the third thing. Now next comes the methods. While methods means functions, which we called it in a methods, which we in C++ we called it functions. While creating any method, always write the method name or the function name in the lowercase. In lowercase, always write method or any function in a lowercase, and it always contain this bracket, and always this contain bracket. Means if I write the ABC like this represent that I am using the method within my program. This represent I am using the method within program. As you can see in your program also, main is written with the brackets. Everything is in small letters with the brackets that represent that this is a method. These naming conventions helps the programmer to easily identify that which is a method, which is a class, which is an interface. Okay, this is the third thing. With the help of, whenever you create any method, always write that method in the lowercase. Next comes the variables. That is the fourth. Now variables. In the case of variables, you should always start it with the lowercase. Okay. The variables are basically with the rules which you follow while creating any identifier. That is the variable. Okay, like that should be also in small letters. And in method, you are using these brackets, and in the variables, you write like this. This is the difference between a method and the variable. This variable is also in the lowercase, and it will not start with any symbol. Okay, it always start with the alphabet, and that should be in a capital small letter. That is about the variable. Now next, how we can make the package. We will discuss in what is package, that we will discuss in later videos. Package, how we can identify that whether it is a package or not. Package is always written in the lowercase, followed by the dot symbol, and then if you want to move to the another package, then again that package in the small letters and followed by this. Okay, that represent like Java dot util. This is the package. It is in a small letters and followed by dot. Util, small letters followed by, after util there is the dot. After util, there is a dot. So after Java, there is a dot that represent there. These are the packages. Packages means folders. Okay. Now next comes the next comes the last naming convention, that is the constant. Last naming convention is constant. While writing any constant within the program, always write all the letters in the capital letter. Like if I make pi as the constant value, write it in the capital letters. Like if I write any word, I want to give the any value like min age. If I write like in min age equal to 10, and these all letters are in capital, then programmer can easily understand that I am providing the constant value. I am providing the constant value. If I write like this thing if I write it in a small letter, then programmer understand that it is a variable. But if I write it in a capital letters, then as a programmer, we can easily understand that we are making it a constant. This represents when we take all the alphabets in the capital letter, that is in the case of the constant only. And Java is the last thing. Java is the camel case. Java is the camel case, or we can say camel casing. Java is using camel casing rule. In Java, all the inbuilt functions, inbuilt things are made with the help of the camel casing concept. That represent, camel casing represent first letter. Okay, right? There are the two letters in my one single program. There are the two letters in my single program. Okay, students, camel casing, I will tell you later on. Okay, I'm going to send you another link. You have to join that link. I'm going to end this link. Okay.